Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first edition of the Miles Away podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sean, aka Rorschach IRE, and I'm joined by my other host, Handler. Say hi.
Hey,
What's going on?
not so much right now. Just playing this demo of this game.
Oh, which game?
This is demo for this game called Nier Automata.
What's that
Uh,
about?
I have no fucking clue. Like this guy, when I went to buy this game today, this guy at the gaming store, he was like, "Yeah, you should check out the demo. It's really good." And like, I heard of the Nier game before. I know there's a
Yeah,
game on the PS3. Reading about it, I don't know if you ever heard of the Drakengard games, but I heard
I
that
don't think I
Nier
have no.
I heard that Nier is somehow connected to that. I don't know if that's true or not, but this is a demo for Nier Automata, and I guess it's like the second game or whatever. And it's pretty fucking sweet. I'm like close to jizzing right now.
That's a bit of an overreaction. Have you heard of a game called Gravity Rush 2?
I heard of Gravity Rush, but I never played it. How is it?
I mean, I haven't bought the game, but I've checked it out. Like I've checked out the demo, and so far, like it's interesting. The mechanics are interesting. Like you've got all these moves where you can like float around everywhere and like control gravity, and then you can like switch your fighting style, and then you can do all these cool fighting moves. And it's like you're in the city that's like kind of floating in the sky, and it has a really nice setting, like really nice visuals. But I don't know if I really want to sink money into it.
Ah, okay.
And the reason being is I don't feel the demo really gave you enough to enjoy, like to get a good taste of the game. So I found myself actually going back to the demo about 3 or 4 times just to try and get a better like go at it. But no, it just doesn't give me enough. So I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah,
All right, all
but
right.
I'm sure it's a good game and all. It's just if I'm not satisfied with the demonstration, then I don't think I'm gonna sink money into it.
Right, right. That makes sense. Wait,
Recently,
wait,
yeah,
what did you play the demo on?
I've played on the PS4.
I wonder if it's still available.
It probably is. They don't usually take down the demos, but I did recently purchase Resident Evil 5 and 6 since they were on sale. I know a lot of people don't really like 6,
Why
but
the fuck did you get five? What the hell? Did you
yeah,
get it
that
for the
they
co-op?
I did get 5, yeah, for
Did you get it for
co-op.
the? Oh, okay. Well, if it's for the co-op, all right. Because I'm like, what
I
the hell?
uh
I mean,
basically
I mean, five isn't. No, it's awful, but six is, in
I
retrospect, it's awful too. But I like six significantly more than five. Like, with
I don't know. I'm
six.
vice versa on that.
With six, it felt like they were trying to do the right thing. Okay, specifically with Leon's story, when you start off, it has a sort of more classic Resident Evil feel where it's like, the president died, you're in
Mm.
the White House, and like no one's around, everyone's dead, and then all of a sudden here come these zombies, and it's like, all right, it seems like they were trying to go for the right idea here. And then like later on in the game, like it goes away from that, and then it just turns into a straight up just shooter. All the survival horror aspects are just removed from the game completely, especially when you do everyone else's campaigns. Like I
I
said,
mean,
as a Resident Evil game, it's not good, but
it's it's
it's
not Operation Raccoon City at least.
oh my god. Okay, I bought that game when it first came out because I was like,
I bought that one for the co-op too.
I bought it when it first came out. I'm like, oh cool, you get to play as the fucking the Umbrella people, sweet. You get to see what they go through. I bought that game when it first came out, so at full fucking price.
God,
And
so
I
that must have been
played
about
it.
sixty
No,
dollars
wait.
for you.
I'm trying to think. Did I actually reserve it? I don't know if I reserved it, but I know I bought it at full price. I think I reserved it. I can't remember. And I played it, and I was like, what is this? What is this mess? It's so
It
awful.
was like it's like they tried to take the formula from the Gears of War games, where the four-player co-op in the later titles worked really really well for Gears of War, and then they tried to mix that with like the the story of Resident Evil 2, and they retconned the ending and all with the multiple choice thing, and yeah, no, it didn't work out.
It was awful. Like that game was
It was
horrible.
very bad. I like as I said when I bought 5 and 6, I bought them for the co-op because me and my friend who I play the co-op with in those games, like we had 5 and like I remember 6 came. I was 12 when 6 came out. Believe it or not, I'm 16 now. I'm going 17 in March, but I must have been 12 or just about gone 13 when 6 came out. Maybe I was 12. I'll have a look at
I think.
the release date, but I played 5 and 6 through with this one specific friend, and on the PS4, there's not really a lot of good like cooperative games to play.
Hmm.
There just haven't been many of them released
I don't.
that
I
like
have
I
no.
know of.
I have no say on that because I only mostly play single player games, so I don't know. I know
So I
Battlefield
was
just came out. I don't know if that's good or
yeah, but
not. Co-op at
that's
least.
just more like multiplayer, shoot other players, all that stuff. I have it. It's a good game.
Oh wait,
It's
wait.
very historically accurate, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot. I wasn't thinking that you said co-op, not multiplayer online.
no co-op.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
we were like, look, there's probably not going to be like a decent co-op game until probably Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon comes out. So we were like, you know what? Let's relive some memories that we had from about 3, 4, 5 years ago, and play through Resident Evil 5 and 6 again. And we're like about halfway through 5, and like you don't like 5. That's fair enough, I guess. A lot of people don't. It did get kind of praised, but at the same time, like it did get a lot of slack. But to be honest, I don't see many problems with 5. I think it'd be more comparable to the older ones, if anything. And I do have a really good time with it. So I did kind of like realize again that I do have this really sweet spot for like 5 and 6 as well, because of the memories I had playing them. Specifically, like I think my favorite campaign from Resident Evil 6, and you're probably gonna hate me, but I do kind of like the Jake Muller campaign
Oh, I
because
love
it
his
does
campaign actually.
it delves into his history and like more stuff with Umbrella and how Wesker was his father and all that. I found that really interesting
Yeah, I
for like
actually
kind of
really loved his
have a
campaign.
protagonist who was like close with Wesker. Well, not close with Wesker in the sense that the two of them like were close because Wesker basically abandoned them, but like close in family ties, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, like I actually really love Jake's story a lot. Like I know that
It does go very over the top with the action, though.
oh god, it does, but like you said, I like Jake's story for his for the story, and plus, oh my god, playing as fucking Sherry again. Oh
Yeah,
my
when she comes
god,
back and she's all grown up,
I
and that was pretty
know, and
nice
she
stuff.
was such a badass. I was like, oh my god, they had such good
She's
ideas for her, but if they didn't make it into a fucking Call of Duty fucking shooter game. But like,
oh
I
god,
love Jake and
don't even get
Sherry.
me started on Umbrella Corps or Umbrella Core or whatever it's pronounced. Yeah, I
I
was
heard of it, never
12
played
when
it.
Resident Evil 6 came out.
I was because it came out in 2012. I was
Yeah,
that's what 5 years
October
ago.
2nd.
I was I was 18 when it came out.
Yeah, no, I'm still just a kid. Unfortunately, I'm only 16, but
But it's like I mean I mean
growing up,
I like six. It's okay. It's not like
I mean, it
it's
does
not
get
bad.
into the story. Like it does get into like kind of all the old stuff that's happened. Like we get Leon back, we get Sherry back, we get all that stuff, and then
Yeah,
it also brings a lot of new stuff to the table. That's like kind of interesting.
yeah. Like I thought I know a lot of people really rag on Resident Evil, like, oh, they don't do it right anymore, blah blah blah. But personally, I thought the Revelations games were like perfect. Like
I've only
it's
played the first episode for Revelations 2. I haven't actually gone too much into those, though I will probably try and check them out.
um
I'll definitely try the 3DS version of
that
Revelations 1.
that's what I mean. I got Revelations for the 3DS when it first came out, and I was like, holy shit, this is. this is good. Like this feels like a survival horror Resident Evil game. Like the enemies were a pain in the fucking ass. I hated them actually. I liked them a lot. Like it felt challenging. It felt like a survival horror game. It felt like Resident Evil. It was good to me. It was really fucking good to me. And I never played Revelations 2, but I watched a YouTuber play it and I watched my roommate play it and Revelations 2 is good too. Like they did a lot of good stuff with the Revelations game. So I
They
mean,
did bring back split screen for Revelations 2, which is interesting, I guess.
yeah, and I think I don't know. I guess people overlook the Revelations games because they're not like the numerical games, I guess. But they're not
Yeah, but
spin-offs either. Like they're actually canon. So I don't know why people ignore those.
at the same time, with the fuck ups like Umbrella Corps and Operation Raccoon City,
Wait, what is Umbrella
fucking.
Corps exactly? I heard of it, but I
Alright,
don't know anything about it.
are you ready? You're gonna want to brace your anus for this.
Jeez.
Umbrella Corps is a team based multiplayer online shooter.
All right, never mind. Thank you.
It's not worth the time.
Okay. Yep, it's
They
not
had it
even.
on sale for about 10 euros. I use euros. They had it for about 10 euros, same price as at like 5 and 6 when I bought those. And I was like, there's no way in hell am I gonna purchase fucking Umbrella Corps for. It's like they tried to get the formulas from Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Rainbow Six Siege and like make that into a Resident Evil game.
You.
Like I suppose Umbrella Corps would have been okay if it wasn't Umbrella Corps, if it wasn't Resident Evil, like not part of that universe, you know?
Right, right, right. I mean, the fuck? Wait, how do you lock on? Oh, okay. But yeah, uh, I don't like the Resident Evil 7. It, I'm very skeptical of it.
It looks great.
It
To me, it looks
looks,
great.
to me, it looks okay. Like, okay. Let me go into detail with this.
All right.
Looking at it, gameplay wise, it looks like every other. It looks like every other shitty horror game you see YouTubers play. That's why I'm not impressed by
There's a lot
that.
of diamonds in the rough with that stuff, though.
Mm, okay. But it looks like every other horror game, every other shitty horror game that YouTubers play. Which I enjoy those YouTubers playing those games, but I don't think I would never buy them. It looks like it falls into that category. But the fact that you play with an average Joe and he has to go through this, that's the interesting aspect of it. That seems like okay, the survival
Yeah,
horror, I see it. I don't personally the first person camera, I don't care about that at all. That's fine with me.
it's something new. Like
Yeah, it
it
is
gets
something new. I
it's
don't
fresh.
yeah, I don't mind that part at all. It's just the whole atmosphere of it and how it's presented. It just looks like every other shitty horror game every YouTuber plays. But it doesn't look bad. I'm just skeptical.
All right,
One thing that made me really say, "Oh," was during the trailer, and I even played the demo when they showed you the bioweapons, like those one specific bioweapons. I was like, "Holy shit!" They look like a mix of like regenerators mixed with hunters or some shit. I was really impressed by how the BOWs look. At least those. I hope the other ones look just as good. And plus the
when
story, it is canon, so in some way, shape, or form, it's gonna connect all together. And I'm curious to see how it does.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they're going to. They'll make like subtle references and all to the like the past of those of the other Resident Evil games. I don't think we'll see any fan favorite characters appear. I think this is gonna be its whole like a whole new original story. Just some random guy gets kidnapped by some clearly fucked up people, and also while everything else is going on with like the BOWs and the T virus, all that kind of shit. I think it, like as you said, yeah, it looks like a shitty horror game, first person, sneak around. But to be honest, I think it's something the universe of Resident Evil would need, because, like Resident Evil did end up like going into the action genre, which to be honest, never really suited it since it was always a survival horror, and now we're getting a proper survival horror where you will get guns, limited ammo, and it's more focused on like hiding around, trying not to get caught and all that stuff, which I think is something the series would actually need. Just some average guy, doing what he can to survive.
Um, um, yeah. See, okay, the thing that's the thing I like about it because while it does appear to look like a really awful horror game, the fact that unlike the other ones where you just run around and hide and can do nothing, which that's why I don't really like those games. It's kind of
It's
boring.
still gonna give you weapons,
But yeah,
of
that's why
course.
with Resident Evil 7, it's looks like it's fusing that sort of gameplay, but you can fight. And like the people that kidnapped you, the I can't remember the name of it, the Baker family, I think that's their
Yeah, I
name.
think that's it. I'll
The
look that up.
Baker, yeah, the Baker family, they're gonna be like how like Nemesis was and how Mr. X was, like people that just show up and then you have to run away from them. But I'm pretty sure like with Mr. X and with Nemesis, you can kill them, but for a majority of the game, you just have to run away from them. Which I think that's cool because you are an average Joe, and these people are mutated in some aspect. And even during the demo, there was a picture of Umbrella helicopter, and apparently they were being watched. So I do believe that they're going to make references to Resident Evil, and I do believe I don't. I mean, maybe we'll see some
I
past characters, like maybe when you beat the game, someone comes and rescues you, like fucking Chris or some shit. Maybe.
I would think it would be Chris or Leon because I think if there's the umbrella like helicopter and all that stuff, this is clearly taking it back a few years. I assume
Yeah, because like
maybe around the time of the first game with all the Raccoon City stuff, and then you've got the Stars unit and
yeah,
all that kind of crap.
Yeah, because they were being watched by, they have a picture of a umbrella helicopter watching them, but that was I'm assuming that picture was before that family turned into what they turned into, however that happened. And plus with the connection with his because he went to that location because he got a letter from his supposedly dead wife or
Yeah,
something like that, and then he went there and it's like, you hear a voicemail and it's like, wait, is that his wife or who is that? And it's going to be really interesting to see how she connects with Umbrella and specifically why he's there. And plus, with the demo, it's like playing a demo. It also makes me think like, so is it sort of giving you a hint that okay, the character that you play in the demo is not the main character that's going to be in the final game. They made that clear,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like little hints like, so is the main character infected? Is he gonna get infected? Like, because this has something to do with Umbrella, and it's like, who is his wife exactly, and why this particular family? And it's a like it has a very interesting story. Uh,
I feel
I
like
mean
if
the
they do
game.
take it back, I
Wait,
feel
go
like
ahead.
if they do take it back like a few years to around the time of the Stars unit and the Raccoon City incident, this I think this family specifically could just be like a family who are on the outskirts of Raccoon City, and because of everything that happened there, it affected them because they were not too far away. This is just my theory. Like, it might not have anything to do with Resident Evil 2 and 1, but one thing I did find interesting is that over like in Western countries and in the US, it's going to be called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, right?
Yeah,
In Japan, they're going to call it Biohazard 7 Resident Evil, which I think Biohazard 7 Resident Evil
really?
makes a lot more sense
I didn't know they were gonna call it
because,
Biohazard 7 Resident Evil. Oh.
well, I'm not exactly 100% sure, but like I'm looking on this. I'm looking at like a game facts board right here, and someone mentioned it would be called Biohazard 7 Resident Evil in Japan, which if that's the case, I do find like quite interesting because that name kind of makes more sense than Resident Evil 7 Biohazard because Biohazard, it's the name for Resident Evil in Japan, but Resident Evil itself could kind of link to how there's these residents of a house and they're fucking evil. They're mutate in some shape or form, and they're just like demented and cruel and all that stuff, which I think makes a lot more sense. Just something interesting I wanted to throw in there, you know. But we'll
Actually,
find out on January 24th. Honestly,
yeah, I know. I didn't. Okay, when I went to the game store today, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, the game comes out today." I mean, not today, but like this month. I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought it was coming out like in February or March or some shit. I did not know the
yeah.
game was coming out like that soon. Like, holy
I
shit!
probably won't. I probably won't buy it straight away, but like I'll buy it probably after
I,
March, maybe.
I'm probably gonna wait and see what, because I know one of my friends is definitely gonna get it. Um, I have to wait and see what he says about it, and I'll probably like
Yeah,
look up some reviews from like other actual players, not from fucking not from like magazine sites or whatever, because I don't trust them. From like other actual players, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I hope it does good. I mean, even if it does bad, they're still gonna make another Resident Evil game because there's no way in the world they can stop.
They're not ending that series. No,
Yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised though when I did see it because with Umbrella Corps, you know, another Resident Evil spin-off. I didn't expect it to be like just after Umbrella Corps was hot off its heels. It wasn't even that good. I didn't expect us like at E3 of last year to just straight away get another Resident Evil sequel. But of course, a few years have passed. But like, I didn't expect us to get like a numerical title at all.
yeah,
You
I
know what I
wasn't
mean?
expecting that for quite a.
And
Well, actually,
Sony's
no,
press conference
six
that
games.
night, like so that night with Sony's press conference, their press conference at E3 2016 was absolutely phenomenal. They had no slip ups. Everything just went right for them, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Was it?
When
I
Hideo
don't fucking
Kojima came out, I nearly fucking cried.
Oh yeah, because he joined them. Yeah, he's like fuck Konami.
Konami with their fucking snaky or pachinko machine can go suck my dick,
Oh
honestly.
my god! And my friend told me he was like, yeah, you know that pachinko machine. That story is actually more around the boss. And I was like, are you fucking? So apparently the pachinko machine, the story he told me is more revolved around the boss, which made me want to
Yeah,
cry because I always it's never gonna happen, but I always wanted a Metal Gear Solid game where it's specifically just about the boss. And like you
yeah,
play with her
I'd
and
like to
how
go a bit
she
more into her past.
yeah, and like how she started Cobra and oh my god, I was just so fucking depressed. Like a fucking pachinko machine. You shitting me.
What? What's your like? What's your? Oh yeah, and they canceled Silent Hills and they made a Silent Hill pachinko machine.
I know.
What the
That
fuck?
was the most troll shit ever.
I was really excited
Oh,
for Silent Hills after playing through PT. I feel
oh
like
my
Kojima done a
god.
great job with that game.
Oh, they fucking trolled every. They fucking trolled
They just
everyone.
had to kick him off.
Like, oh, I watched someone play the PT demo. I never played it myself, but
I did.
it looked
I
like it
did.
was going
It
in the
was
right.
really
I
good.
mean, it looked like it looked and seemed like a
It
Silent
looked
Hill game.
it like the graphics for that demo were absolutely like everyone thought it was just some small indie studio who developed the game, but it was all lies. Like you get to the end, you see a guy. It's Norman Reedus. The fucking the credits are saying Guillermo del Toro, Hideo
Yeah,
Kojima. Everyone's going fucking crazy,
yeah.
And Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, they would have been perfect for a Silent Hill game.
And I think also, if I remember correctly, I think this 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 what is it called? Mangaka? People that make mangas. I think that's the name for it. Junji Ito, one of my favorites. He makes like a lot of horror mangas. I heard he was also in the project as well. And reading his mangas, and it's like, hold on, Hideo Kojima, fucking Guillermo del Toro, and Junji Ito working on the Silent Hill game, specifically Junji Ito. I'm like, holy shit, this game would have been fucking horrifying. And Konami was like, no, we don't want that. We want everybody wants a pachinko machine, of course.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
doesn't want a
I
pachinko
would
machine?
love a pachinko machine.
Pachinko machine. I was like, they trolled the fuck out of everyone, bro. I love it. I actually do love it.
It's like it pissed everyone off, but you have to admit that it is fucking hilarious how
Oh,
Konami
it's very
like
hilarious.
Konami just flat out done all this to Kojima, and what like I think the biggest insult to Kojima with their bullshit now has been Metal Gear Solid Survive
Oh, I
or Metal
saw
Gear
that.
Survive or whatever.
I saw that. I was like, what is this? What is
It's not okay.
this? What is this? This
It's like it's
is.
gonna be a four-player survival zombie game set in like an alternate universe where a big portal fucking opened up after the end of Ground Zeroes, and you're just a guy who was sucked up.
I was like, what is this, guys? Come on. I know you're trolling, but that's too far. That's too far. Like I get it, but
Yeah,
no. What is this? What is this? I
way too
mean,
far.
I was so disgusted. Like, no,
With Metal Gear Solid 5, I understand it disappointed a lot of people, but I was happy
wasn't
that
fucking good.
Hideo Kojima still got his name in the game, like a lot more than once. Like his name appears at the start of every mission you do in the game, and it's
Yeah,
just all that stuff. He got his name everywhere plastered into the game, and he got his game out.
bro.
But what I don't like is that he didn't get to finish it, so it wasn't his vision that got released, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like everyone, like they can't stand Konami for that. Oh my god, Konami really fucked themselves over with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I never played five myself yet because first I wanna. I mean, I started getting into Metal Gear games really fucking late. So I played Snake Eater and I played Sons of Liberty and I played fucking what the hell is it called? Peace Walker. And
Yeah.
I got the first one. I'm playing that. Well, not right now, but I'm playing that. And then after I play that, um,
Oh,
I'm probably
actually,
gonna
I have a
get
funny story to do with
five.
Peace Walker.
I'm probably gonna play five after I get done with one. I don't know if I want to play one after I get done with five or play four. I don't know. I'm stuck. But yeah.
I actually have an like a quite a funny story to do with Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
All right. Tell us.
Basically, basically what happened was there's this game retailer. They're like a second hand kind of place, but they're very well known around the UK and Ireland. They're called Sex, believe it or not, CEX.
Okay.
It's pronounced Sex. And I bought the Metal Gear Solid HD collection for the Xbox 360 from those guys. And I came back and I played it. I played through 3. I loved it. Played through Peace Walker. I liked it. I couldn't finish 2, to be honest. I probably should have played that first, if anything.
Really, I
But
like two.
no, it's probably because I was more used to like the third person camera style of 3 and Peace
Uh,
Walker. You know, so I don't know. Like I'm not exactly big with Metal Gear Solid. I haven't played like all of them, you know. But like I bought them to check them out, obviously. So I played through them, and I'm sad. Like this was Christmas, not near Christmas, about 2 years ago now. I saw my Xbox 360, and I was basically trading it in. I was gonna get the Wii U because why not? You know, I've been interested in that for a few years, but I sold about 85 games with the Xbox,
mhm.
including some others like hardware stuff like accessories and all that. Because I've had the console since I was about 6 years old. Like I've been collecting, and I had the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, obviously with that pile of games. But the thing is, I accidentally only put in one of the discs because I had like gotten this little CD case and like gave Metal Gear Solid 3, 2 and three's disc to my friend to try them out. He didn't like them, but he gave them back to me, and I forgot to put it back in its actual like case. So when I traded it in, all they got was the Peace Walker disc, and they didn't notice, so they took the fucking thing. And I don't know what I did with Metal Gear Solid 3, but you know I still have it somewhere, which is pretty funny.
Whoever bought that, I bet they were fucking pissed.
I would fucking be honestly. I bought out of them. I bought the Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD collection, and that thing did not work at all. So I ended up having to buy. I ended up having to buy like Budokai 3 on its own for the PS2, and I bought Budokai 2, and now I'm just looking for Budokai 1, and then I only need to get Budokai Tenkaichi 1 as well, and then I'll have all those series.
Oh, I want to get those games again. They were fucking sick.
Like I think like I never grew up with DBZ. I only I only watched Dragon Ball Z
Oh
in
yeah,
the summer of 2015
I played
and
all the
finished.
fucking games, man. All those
And
PS2 games. Oh, they were so good.
I didn't particularly have a lot of time to watch when I started watching it, so I ended up finishing it around January 2016. And I fell in love with Dragon Ball. I'm still in love with Dragon Ball. Like it's one of my favorite series like ever now. Honestly, it's so good.
Yeah,
And
it
I've just been collecting all the games. I did actually have one game growing up as a kid though, and that was Super Sonic Warriors 2 for the DS. When my mom went to New York and she picked it up, and the DS wasn't region locked, so I could just play anything. And I had Super Sonic Warriors 2 for the DS, and that was a really good game, honestly. If there's ever one you want to check out, just check out Super Sonic Warriors 2. Really
wait,
good game.
is that a Sonic game?
No, it's fucking Dragon Ball game.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that. That's what's like, Sean, don't recommend me that goddamn Sonic.
It's a very underrated game. A lot of people who have played it would tell you it's a really fun game, but like not a lot of people have really played it. The second game I ever got was Xenoverse. Xenoverse was pretty cool. I was probably about halfway through the anime, well, the Dragon Ball Z anime when I bought Xenoverse. Um, Second game I bought was Budokai 3. Then I got Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Extreme Butoden for the 3DS, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and then Budokai 2. And those are the ones I've played.
How is Xenoverse 2? Because I never played Xenoverse 1, and I was thinking about just getting 2.
When Xenoverse 2 was first released, I was in love with it. I loved it so much, but to be honest, once you reach the level cap and you've played through all the quests, it kind of gets boring. So I'm just waiting. Like I got the season pass, so I'm just waiting for the DLC to come out. The first DLC came out, and like I'm not like impressed, but it wasn't too bad either. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like we got 2 new characters and a brand new 3 new quests, and then we also got a free DLC which like gave us new masters we could train with, and like when you train with different characters you unlock their moves and all that stuff, so you can like get Goku's like spirit bomb and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
If you watched it.
So, I mean, I watched Super. I'm not caught up. I'm done with the Black arc, but I haven't watched the episodes when that arc was finished because I'm pretty sure that is bullshit.
They're
Whatever.
all just filler, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I don't care to watch it.
like you can get all of Hit's time skip abilities to just
Yeah, my friend
when you
told me
have
that.
when you have his abilities and you go into online. Trust me, you're gonna be expecting some angry messages because they're so fun to use in the online,
Yeah, my friend
because
told me about that.
it's all about reaction time. Once they're close enough and you can initiate the move, time will freeze. You do your move, and your opponent just gets fucked halfway across the screen. It's hilarious.
So would you say I should get Xenoverse 1 or 2 first, or it doesn't matter, or just get 2 first because it's the newest?
To be honest, I'd recommend getting 1 first because the story links. You can like transfer your character over from Xenoverse 1, though you don't get to play as him. You get his clothes, his moves that you have like equipped onto him, and then he also appears in the story. Well, he or she depends, but they appear in the story too, and they're like kind of important to the story. So I'd recommend playing 1 and then going on to 2, because there might be a few things you'll find confusing if you don't really know what's going on with Xenoverse or Dragon Ball Heroes or something like that, you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, I do recommend the Xenoverse series honestly, because like there was a few flaws with the combat in Xenoverse One that was actually fixed in Xenoverse Two, and the combat honestly is probably some of the most fun you'll have in any Dragon Ball Z game because
Really?
the mechanics work well. You can move around very like fluently, and it's not too like hard to actually grasp onto once you start playing it. Like I've taught people how to play within their first match, and then like I have a lot of fun when friends come over. So, I do recommend it honestly.
Okay, I'll check it out. All right, I guess I'll fucking get one then. All right. I'll get that whenever.
Have you tried out Pokemon Sun and Moon yet?
Oh, it's so good. I love
I
it.
haven't. I tried everywhere to get it. Nowhere had it. It's sold out completely everywhere. I tried. I have no more money left, so like
It
I'm
sucks
broke
where
right
you
now.
live, Jesus. How does
Like
no one have it? What the hell?
no, everyone has it. That's the problem.
God.
I mean, like in retailers, it's sold out everywhere.
Holy crap, man.
It's like I
Jeez.
cannot find it anywhere, and I've been trying and trying. Pokemon, like is very popular in Ireland. Like
Really?
to what when like I never even expected it until like fucking Pokemon Go came out, and
Oh,
suddenly there was like grown ass fucking men out like all around the park. I remember once, right? This is a funny story. I was at my nearby park. Like I hang around there a lot. There's a lot of cool spots to discover and all that stuff that I haven't found yet. So I like to hang around there a lot. I don't smoke the marijuana or anything, so
okay.
But I thought I should say, hanging around in a park all the time. Oh, what else would he be
Yeah,
doing?
like a fucking
Anyways,
bomb.
I don't do that. But I was with my friend, and we saw like I remembered there was these three guys sitting at a pillar on their phones, right? And I knew immediately from the look of them and from their phones that they were at a Pokemon gym. Another hint that I knew they were playing Pokemon Go was that I was out with my friend with another friend who had downloaded the game, and when we looked, that was a gym. So we're like, these guys are definitely playing Pokemon Go. So, anyways, we walk by them, right? And
Uh-huh.
we walk up to this lake, and we're sitting at the lake for a while, and then we come back, and they're still there, right? So they're still there. So what we do is we walk over to a bush, which is right beside this pillar, okay? And they're all sitting there. They're all sitting there, right?
Oh God.
And they
Okay.
keep like staring at us the whole time. They keep turning and looking at us, right? And we're like, my phone is dead, my friend's phone is dead, and we're just sitting there looking at our phones and tapping them, pretending we're playing Pokemon Go, okay? And they're watching us the whole time. So, anyways, they get up and leave, right? And they keep looking at us, so we follow them, right? But eventually they go out of our sight. So after a while, we're like, you know what? Let's leave the park. So we go out this little side gate, and they're coming back into the park probably to check on their gym, and they walk by us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my friend decides in that quick moment to say Team Valor for life. As a joke, we don't actually play Pokemon Go. He says Team Valor for life. And these kids, like, they're probably about 17 or 18, they turn around and they just start screaming autistically at us.
Are
Like
you fucking
screaming at
serious?
they were like, oh no way, Team Valor's the worst, and they were just screaming at us like, oh you fucking idiots, all that kind of stuff. It was, and we just turned around, we were like, shut the fuck up, you're the ones playing Pokemon Go.
Oh my God. Pokemon Go players are fucking losers. I hate them so much. Like, okay, one, the people that, hey, Pokemon Go. Okay, the good thing
I
about
get the point.
Pokemon Go that
I get the point.
I
It gets
liked
people
the
outside.
fact, well, not anymore, but I like
No one
how
plays it.
I liked how people made a lot of positive communities off of it. Like, okay, where I live at, um, two of my friends played it, and I'm glad they don't anymore. But two of my friends played it, and he was like, "Yeah, me and such and such, we're gonna go out because there's this one specific spot where everyone goes because like there's a lot of lures there. I don't know, some shit, whatever they say. So a lot of people go to like this little park and hang out there." And he was like, "Yeah, me and him are going, and you want to come with us?" I was like, "Why would I go with you? I don't play that fucking shitty game." He was just come with. I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll go see these fucking losers in public." And so I went there, and it was okay. I thought it was going to be a lot more cringy, but it wasn't. What was funny was there would be people who would just drive by and be like, "Pokemon Go sucks," and get a life. And it was just like the best fucking thing because it's like, even though I'm here with them, I agree with you guys. Take me with you. But like it's not as like people make good communities off of it, but I didn't really get the appeal of the game. I really didn't. It's not a Pokemon game. It's not a real Pokemon game. There's nothing Pokemon about the game but the name and the fact that there's Pokemon in it. As far as like
It's
it
more just
just
about walking, getting off your fat lazy ass, like putting down your 3DS and just taking out your phone.
yeah, because that's better. And
So
people
I
don't
did
even do
go
that
out a few
anymore.
times. I did go out a few times with my friend while he was playing it, and to be honest, we did like find a lot of people, like a lot of nice people, but there was also, as I said, some autistic retards screaming at us for liking Team Valor. We didn't even like Team Valor. We said it as a joke, and I remember once, like the first time I ever went, like walked around with my friend while we were playing Pokemon Go. Some guy like looked about 20, big bushy beard, snapback on, put like leans out his car window. He's like,
Oh my
"You guys
god.
play Pokemon Go?" And we were like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool," and then drove off.
Oh my god. These people are awful. They should all be executed. Well, not now because they don't play it anymore. But oh god,
And I remember
I hate it so much.
being in a park and we were just walking around with our phones out, and these grown ass men look at us and they're like, "Hey, is there any good Pokemon around?" I was like, "I don't know. I wasn't playing Pokemon Go." But everyone was around playing it. Like there was kids on roller skates going around with their phones out looking for fucking Pokemon. Like literally everyone in the park was playing Pokemon. It was insane. And I would have just had my phone out in that one moment, and he was just like, "Hey, any good Pokemon around?" I was like, "I don't know.
No, I'm
I'm
not
not
a fucking
playing the
loser
game."
like you. Fuck off.
They're not even walking around. They were sitting in this one place just trying to like farm the Pokemon or something.
No, I would say get away from me, you freak. No, go away. God.
I was
Oh
like,
my
I
god,
don't
I
know.
hate
I'm
that
not
game.
playing the fucking game.
I hate that game so much, and I hated everyone who played it. Like, oh, like that game, it just made me so mad. I hate that fucking game so much. I mean, like I said, the communities people made off of it were really positive and good. I like that.
Some people probably made some friends for life off that game.
Yeah, it's like I see the positivity in it. It's just that I just hate the game itself and the people, but not yeah. But like everybody that I met that played it when we were at that park, everyone was nice. Like my friend even told me, he was like, yeah, some like one time people, this one guy, I think he said brought a grill and started cooking. I was like, okay. People like camp out there like for that long, like that shit is insane, man.
No, but that same day where the guy was like, "Any good Pokemon around?" I went to basically there's a like a shopping center not too far by the park where there's a GameStop. So like we just go in the GameStop to look around for some stuff. I usually do. Like the people working at GameStop, they're really nice people here in Ireland. They don't like freak out at you or anything. They're actual nerds who like to talk about nerd stuff. And I remember taking out my phone. Like it was a hot summer's day. Like it was fucking scorching, right? It was scorching, hot summer's day. I remember my head was wrecked because I've been sitting out in a hot park all day. My head's like my brain is fried, and I take out my phone in the middle of the GameStop. He's like, "Are the servers up?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I
Not
just left, went into like a grocery shop, bought like a big bottle of soda, and sat outside on McDonald's fucking chugging it because my head was destroyed from that day. So much Pokemon Go around, you know.
disgusting.
While it was fucking scorching hot. I got sunburnt that day on my face, so I didn't come out of it too well.
Just absolutely gross.
Well, at least the craze is over. I
I
suppose.
mean, I already knew it was going to be like a short thing. Plus, people were getting themselves injured and stuff playing that game, and it's like, wow,
Some
people
kid,
are
I
hard.
remember watching a fucking Filthy Frank video where he showed footage of two kids running out on the highway with their fucking phones out.
Oh, yes, that. I was like, please let that be fake. Just, I don't need that to be
No, I'd rather it's real, honestly, because then they'll actually get hit by a fucking car.
I don't want to believe that. I don't, it's, I never understood the craze with the game. Like, it's like my friend said, it's basically this other game that's called Ingress. I never heard of it, but I looked up videos for it, and it's basically this mobile game called Ingress, just with a Pokemon skin on it. It's fucking,
Yeah,
it's garbage. I fucking hate that game. But I mean, people still play it, and they still are doing updates, but it's just not as big.
it's not as popular.
Not everyone's playing
I suppose it was
Mario.
a big thing at the time for people to meet up and play Pokemon online, but
Yeah, like I said, it was a
that's
nice.
really it
It, it,
afterwards.
it was a nice community thing. I see the
If they had added
positivity in
like
that.
if they had added like a trade feature or a battle feature, I suppose it would have kept it going for a little bit longer. But I'm not seeing much hope for it anymore. People are just gonna forget about it.
Yeah, like if it was actually like a fucking a Pokemon game, you can actually get Pokemon, train them, not just farm the same one to get candy and all that other bullshit. You can like actually train Pokemon, do battles and stuff. That would actually have made it a little bit more interesting, maybe, and I probably would have played it just for the hell of it. But it was just, it was pointless. I just,
Here,
it was a pointless game.
here's what I'll say to the people listening in. If you want a good Pokemon experience, just open up your 3DS. Fucking hell. Open up your 3DS
If you
and
want to
just play
go,
Pokemon X, Y, Sun and Moon. Even go back and play like Black or Diamond and Pearl or all that stuff.
I mean, if you want to get, I don't, I mean, I don't know. If you want to get Pokemon, I mean, all the Pokemon games I've played, I've liked. The only one that I didn't care for too much was X and Y. But for the most
I
part, I
loved
like all
X
the
and Y,
Pokemon
honestly.
games I played. I mean, I played all the all like the handheld ones. I played well, not all the handheld because you also have Mystery Dungeon. But anyway, I played
Mm.
all like the like black, white, red, blah blah blah, all those. I played Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Love both of those games. I actually have Pokemon Stadium. I played Pokemon. No, it was called Hey You Pikachu for the N64. I played that when I
Oh
was
God,
younger.
have you actually played that?
I love Hey You Pikachu. I actually fucking love
No
it.
one loves Hey You
I,
Pikachu.
at the
I
game
haven't even
store,
played it, but I've
at the
seen
game
people
store I
try
go
to
to,
play
they
it.
have
So
it. I love it. At the game store I went to, they have it. They have it like in the box, fucking new. And one day I'm gonna buy it because like I want to play that game again. I fucking love Hey You
yeah, but
Pikachu.
like the microphone that I've heard, it doesn't work too well, and like
It,
Pikachu won't
I,
respond to you.
I remember that clearly. It's just pretty shit. But I still like the game though. Like I still like Hey You Pikachu. I never played Pokemon Snap because it looks stupid and boring, and I don't know why anyone
It
likes it.
does.
I don't know why
I don't
anyone
know why
likes it.
people like it.
I know, and people talk about that more than Hey You Pikachu, and it's like Hey You Pikachu was fucking fun. It was enjoyable. Pokemon Snap sucks. Balls. I don't know why anyone likes that game. Oh, you just take fucking pictures. You can go on Google Images and look up pictures. Why play a game? It's stupid.
Some
Anyway,
poke porn, you know.
well, if you could do that, but I mean, yeah,
I mean, if
it's a
you're into it,
stupid game. I mean, if you want to be a
stupid.
fucking degenerate, sure. But like,
I've only ever played the only 60 N64 ones I've played is Pokemon Stadium. You know.
yeah, I played Stadium 1 and 2, and I played I played fucking Mystery Dungeon. I don't know which one. I got it through means, but yeah. I haven't beaten that Mystery Dungeon game yet, but I like the Mystery Dungeon. Like so far from what I played, I liked it. It's very interesting. Um,
Yeah.
what other Pokemon games have I played? I think that's all of them. I mean, I read the mangas too. I've only read the Red Arc. I've only read like the Pokemon, the first one, and I read Pokemon Yellow,
Oh,
and
have you
that's
watched
it.
Pokemon The Origin?
Oh wait, isn't that the one where it looks actually good?
It's the it's the
Yeah, yeah,
four
yeah,
part
yeah. I
miniseries
watched
about
that.
Red.
Yeah, I watched that. That shit was
Oh, that was
sick.
so good. Like it was like slightly more violent,
Yeah, it was more close to the manga, which is what I
like
liked about it.
gritty.
Yeah, but that's what I
It,
liked about
I
it,
remember the
cause
first battle between like between like Gary and Red, and not Blue and Red as it is in the fucking thing. I still call him Gary. I don't know why, but
I mean, everyone
the
does.
first fight between Gary and Red, where like Gary's Squirtle like uses bite on Red's Charmander, and like the Charmander's just like screaming in pain, and you can see the flame about to go out and all that stuff.
And like that scream, that was a real ass scream. Like that's actually horrifying. Holy
It
shit!
was it's just a cute little Charmander, and it's just biting the fucking face off it.
And like it was like scream, like that was a real scream. Like oh my god, this is like
Like
this is not the Pokemon we know.
this is actual fighting. No, but I think it would have been cool if they had like given Red's like Charizard a fucking scar or something.
I think it would have been good if they would have made a full series off of that because it felt like it would have been more close to the manga, which I
Yeah.
like that because the manga is so different from what we know, and I love that about it. I love the
And
manga
also,
so
they
much.
give the
Because,
Pokemon their actual like what they would actually sound like, not their fucking anime bullshit. Pika Pika, cha cha
yeah.
cha, all that fucking shit.
Plus, like fucking, especially
That
in
to
the
me was
first
always
Pokemon,
retarded.
fucking the Elite Four are these badass fucking motherfuckers that are trying to fucking kill all humans or some shit.
In like Sun and Moon, one of them is like a golf player or something.
Yes! Oh my god! I can't remember which one. I was like, what? Okay.
No,
Whatever.
because my friend was in my house today and he was playing it and he's going through the Elite Four. He's like, I don't know how a fucking golf player like joined the Elite Four.
Yeah, they branched out.
They'll just take in anyone at this point.
But oh my god, Sun and Moon it's probably my favorite gen now. Like it's either it's between that and Gen 3 that are my favorite gens now because Pokemon
I
Sun and Moon
started with Gen 3.
Pokemon Moon is so
I
fucking
wanted
good.
like I've spent all the money I got over Christmas, so I'm basically broke for a while. I wanted to get like Sun and Moon, but I
It's
could
so
not find it anywhere.
like oh my god, I was absolutely blown away at how fucking fantastic that game is. Like I cannot wait for that. Like whatever the next Pokemon game they make, I hope it continues from that story because it's like, oh my god, it's so
Yeah. So any anime you've been watching recently?
I stopped for a while for some months, and then I started watching Stardust Crusaders again. JoJo Stardust Crusaders. I started.
Yeah, I've only started Stardust Crusaders myself, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for Stardust Crusaders.
Honestly, can we back up just for a second? Before Stardust Crusaders, right? Season 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay,
Jonathan Joestar with the whole Phantom Blood arc.
okay,
You say Jonathan was your favorite JoJo, okay?
yeah.
Why?
To be honest, I don't remember much about season. It's been
Not
so
even
long
just
since
season 1, just part 1 in general. You know, Phantom Blood.
I. I just. It's just like I don't know. It's been so long since I watched like. It's been so long since I've seen Jonathan and like Joseph, like their characters in their animes,
Yeah.
like remember much. But I remember liking Jonathan a lot. I remember loving Joseph a lot. Jotaro, I don't hate Jotaro. I like him, but I wouldn't say he's my
He's a
favorite.
bit edgy, you know?
I
He's
mean,
like, oh my god, mom, shut the fuck up,
yeah.
you stupid bitch.
I mean, that's the thing about. Oh, jeez. Fuck you, boss. That's the thing about
I
season
love,
three. I didn't. I mean, that's the thing about Stardust Crusaders. I kind of don't like. Like, as you get more and more into it, it really starts to take itself a little too seriously. And I'm just like, all
I think, well, I suppose, you know, Araki did want to tell, like, a serious story when it came to Stardust Crusaders, you know?
right.
Because
It
it
doesn't.
is like the Joestar, like, the Joestar's biggest enemy coming back to, like, haunt them. Their past coming back to haunt them.
It's not. It's not the fact that it's about Dio. I don't mind that it's about Dio. It's just the writing and the characters and like how they try to make it's just like some
I
scenes.
think
It's just like hmm, I
when it
don't know.
comes to Joseph, right? When it comes to old man Joseph, right? I think like my impression of Joseph from the first few episodes I've watched so far, Joseph has not changed at all, but he's also changed a lot. You know,
Yeah,
he's smarter. He's more tactical. He's battle hardened, but at the same time, he's still the child, like the man child, like kind of
yeah,
wannabe fucking ladies man that he is.
yeah. He's still pretty autistic.
Like, I love Joseph Joestar. His fight against, like, the fight against ACDC, hated it. I did not like it at all. ACDC was like the worst player man. What was the name of the first Pillar Man that appeared when with the whole Stroheim thing and when they kidnapped Speedwagon? What did they call him?
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. JoJo the Pillar Man. I'm bad with names, so I can't be expected to
Yeah, no, I can't
remember.
remember because like he was like
Uh,
probably the least memorable one.
I liked all the Pillar Men actually. It's like I kind of want
I
them to
didn't
come
like
back.
ACDC.
I kind of want them to come back in a way. It's like the Pillar Men were fucking dope. I love them so much.
What was the name of the first one again? Did you get it?
This is
Because I remember Stroheim had named them.
Cars, ACDC, Wamu, and Santana.
Oh yeah, Santana. They were like, I will name him Santana. I hated Stroheim at first, but then when he comes back with his like new fucking enhancements from like German science, I was like, yo, I love Stroheim. He's fucking great. I was sad when Caesar died.
Oh my god, I hated that so much. That was such bullshit.
Oh, see, when Caesar like was crushed and like
That
when they
was such
discovered where
bullshit.
the body was and like they were like, I'm not gonna break down, and then they like find out that he was crushing their thing, and then they all just like lose it,
I was
and it's
so
so
pissed.
sad.
That was such bullshit.
I really liked Caesar
I
separately.
know, like he such a good character. He was such a good character.
Like him and Joseph were like the ultimate bros, and they just had to go and kill him off. Like,
Right? It's
imagine
like,
if
come on,
imagine if Caesar had been along for the let's say instead of Lisa going to fight Cars for the final climax. What if we had like a rematch between Caesar and Wamu, right? In the Colosseum, and then we have Joseph go up against Cars.
that would be sick.
I would have well preferred that. So let's say Caesar prevails against Wanu, and maybe at the same time he does like use all his Hammond energy, and he like does kind of die from like pushing himself too far, right? I'd be
Right?
okay if Caesar's death was not in vain at originally. I mean, obviously Jojo did avenge him and all, but for Caesar, I think Caesar should have got the kill on Wamu, honestly.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
felt
have
that too.
And then for the second fight, we could have Jojo stand up against Cars. Lisa tries to step in and save him when he's in a bit of trouble. Then Lisa gets in trouble with being hung over the fucking crystals. And then, like, the Speedwagon Foundation and the Germans all roll in together. And they're, like, blasting them all down with light, blasting down all the vampires with lights. And then fucking Jojo runs for it, just kind of wings it. Smokey's following them. Let's say Smokey gets in the fucking plane with him. And they're just flying around,
Jesus.
and then the fucking volcano battle was like so good, and I loved Battle Tendency. Part two to JoJo was so fucking good,
It
but I think they
was.
could have done it so much better, honestly.
Yeah, I would probably say Battle Tendency was my favorite season so far. I just like Stardust Crusaders. It's just it's not bad.
I've heard
It's not bad at all, but it
like
takes itself too seriously at some
from
points.
my friends and all, I've heard that Diamond is Unbreakable is so good, and I
Is it
honestly cannot wait to finish Stardust Crusaders and just go into Diamond is Unbreakable.
really? Okay, I haven't heard anything about it because I mean I don't know. But
Think Scooby Doo, but with JoJo.
excuse me, what?
Basically, the main villain is a serial killer who he's a stand user obviously, but he's a serial killer who's murdered people around the town of Morio where it's set, right. And the main JoJo in Diamond is Unbreakable is actually the illegitimate son of Joseph, because Joseph's like at some point had cheated on Susie Q during Stardust Crusaders,
Oh,
and Josuke, which is the main JoJo in Diamond is Unbreakable was born, clearly. So in Diamond is Unbreakable, it takes place like about 11 years after Stardust Crusaders. Stardust Crusaders, I think, was in 1988, and then Diamond is Unbreakable is in 1999. And it's basically a tragic Stephen King summer where like a group of teenagers are hunted down a serial killer, and some people get killed, and the main bad guy Kira, he's like just a fucking badass, and he's just like he's kind of, like he is a stand user, but at the same time he's also just a very demented serial killer who has a hand fetish.
Okay, I want to finish Stardust Crusaders now. You know, Stardust Crusaders is long as shit. Every
It's the longest.
episode, I'm
It's
like,
like
oh
the
my
one
fucking.
of the longest parts.
I'm like, dude, can this shit be fucking over already? It is so goddamn long.
Part five, I've heard. Like we don't have an anime for part five yet since Diamond is Unbreakable just wrapped up. But part five, I forget what it's called. Part five is as long as Stardust Crusaders, but apparently is the best part of JoJo. Like over everything.
Like the best season ever.
Yeah, it's like it was the best manga series out of all the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure mangas. You know,
Interesting.
but no, I've heard that. Like I would say that Diamond is Unbreakable is slightly longer than the first season. The first season was about 29 episodes, and Diamond is Unbreakable is around 32, 33, 34, something like that. Because season one, that covers Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency, But what's it? After Diamond is Unbreakable, the part I forget what. Excuse me, I forget what it was called. Part five. Hold on, I'll have a look here. Vento Oro, and then Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, and then JoJolion. They retcon everything after Stone Ocean, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I do like JoJo. JoJo's a very interesting series. I feel like I don't see a lot of people pointing it out, but I feel like there's a lot of like fetishist stuff in JoJo.
Oh, there are.
It's
It's
like it's weird.
yeah. What made me actually start wanting to watch the JoJo animes and read the manga? It was because I was like, I'm not gonna watch this because like all on Facebook, I just kept seeing everyone post about it. I'm like, it's probably shit, and all the shitty memes that went with it. But it was really the artwork that made me go, you know what? I want to watch this because I fucking love the artwork. It's so goddamn.
Yeah, I like how like as the manga went on, the styles changed, and they managed to actually incorporate that very well into the anime. It's like time going by, everyone looks different because it's more like modern times as it goes along,
Yeah,
and like each fucking like each part has its own like style, and
yeah,
they in the anime so far they've managed to keep the style for each part to that part. So like that's why the art style would suddenly change in season one when they started the battle tendency arc, and then Stardust Crusaders everything looks different again, and I like that. They're bringing out a live action film in the third quarter of this year.
oh my god, man.
The studio that do the anime, David Productions, ran out of money to produce this movie, and they're basing it on Diamond is Unbreakable.
No, I'm not watching it.
And there's a picture of the main JoJo, Josuke, and as my friend would say, I've seen better cosplayers than him. But
Does it
believe it
look
or
that
not,
bad?
it does. But believe it or not, in 2012, there was a by from Jump J Books. There was a light novel based on Joseph's dad George, which I didn't know because I think I wanted to see a little bit more about George Joestar. But there's actually a lot of light novels based on JoJo. There's like Golden Heart, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Fourth Another Day, Purple Haze Feedback, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Over Heaven, and George Joestar. And then there's like a fucking movie coming out soon. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page right now.
Did you ever play? How's the game?
The game I haven't played too much of, believe it or not. Like my brother has been playing it a lot more. I've only probably played it for about 10 minutes at most. But from what I've played, I actually really do like, you know?
Okay.
Is very enjoyable, yeah. Ah, fuck. Sorry. I've been playing I've been playing a lot of honestly I picked up like for Christmas. No, I got my I asked my parents if I could get UFC 2 because like my friend was like, oh, UFC 2, you need to get it. It's so fun. We're all playing it, blah blah blah. And I was like very skeptical because I'm not too big into UFC, you know.
Right.
But I did I did buy it anyways, and I actually do like it. It's like it is a fighter, you know,
Right.
because you know UFC is a fighting sport, but it's also realistic at the same time. Like you've got to consider that like you're wearing yourself out if you're like trying to do these like combos and stuff. And the realistic combos, you're not like kicking someone into the air and then jumping and doing a spin kick and like sure you could onto fucking space.
That's what I want
Or,
to play.
yeah, that's Street Fighter. Go play that, fam. UFC takes a more realistic approach. Obviously, because it is a real sport, it takes a very realistic approach to it, and I think I really appreciate how it works. Honestly.
Boo. Boo. No Hadokens. Boo. Okay, how you play this fucking game?
What are you playing?
Now I had to wait for the fucking update to install. Now I'm finally playing Bloodborne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it today along with I got that today. I got Star Ocean 5 today. I got these two PS2 games. One is called Chaos Legion, which is so underrated. And the other one is Die Hack Episode 1.
Yeah. I actually have Bloodborne. I haven't played too much into it though, but I think if you want, we can make some co-op characters, and I'll make a video on that of us just playing.
We can do that after I fucking get good at the game.
Trust me, I'm terrible too. I think it'd be funnier if we were just both very bad.
That actually would be fucking hilarious.
I've played through Dark Souls 3. I managed to get through the hardest boss in the game. I don't know, like I done it co-op with my friend, but he died like a little bit through, so like I was just barely surviving. Fucking what's it? Fucking Pontiff Sullivan. Yeah, that guy was a jerk. Deserved what he got.
I have never played any Dark Souls games, but recently, when when fucking Game Grumps, when they were playing Bloodborne, I watched them play that, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched this other YouTuber, Psychedelic Snake, my favorite YouTuber. He played Dark Souls 1 and 2, and I watched him play, I think it was the second one. And I really liked it, and my friend, like, he was telling me all about it, and, like, this other YouTuber, I think his name is Vati Vidya. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
He, like, does a lot of, like, the background story for, like, the Dark Souls and Bloodborne games, and, like, I watched him, a few of his videos on the Bloodborne story and stuff, and I was like, holy shit, like, this is actually fucking amazing, and it made me want to start playing Dark Souls.
From what I've gathered so far, from the Bloodborne story is that a bunch of hunters fucked up and now an entire town is suffering because of them, and no one likes the hunters anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the basis of it. It goes a little more into it, and it's like like Bloodborne is really what made me want to play like the Dark Souls games and that whole universe. And so I got Bloodborne first, and I want to play Dark Souls 1. My friend, who's like a huge fan of the games, he was like, play 1, skip 2, and then just play 3.
Yeah, no, 2 wasn't my... Like, I picked up 2 when it first came out, and I didn't like it too much, so...
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a different team that developed that game. And he told me that, I think he told me gameplay-wise, it's better than 1. But as far as
Yeah,
like
the
everything,
gameplay mechanics work better.
yeah. But as far as like everything else, it's just he told me just play one and skip two and play three.
What I liked, what no what I disliked about two is that there was everything linked back to the main hub, so like you'd always have to go back to the hub and off a different direction if you wanted to go somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in Dark Souls 1 they keep the hub, right? No, not Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3 they keep the hub where you can go and level up and all that kind of crap, right?
Uh huh.
And there's like the merchants and all that. And it's basically like, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 2's hub. There's all the stuff you can do around it. But when you actually get back into the main game, like when you can like fast travel back to your last bonfire, it still keeps you going on one adventure and not splitting you off into different ways from the like leading you back to the hub and splitting you off different ways from the hub. You're going on one adventure one way and it's good. It's
Oh,
true to Dark Souls 1, you know what I mean?
right. Huh.
Obviously, it does have its parts where like things are split and you need to go off somewhere else to do a certain thing before you can go back and do something else. But
I
like,
mean, that's
it's
so
it doesn't
common
like
in
make you
games.
have to backtrack a lot. You know,
Right.
it's like, oh, you picked up this special item, now you have to go back to the hub and bring it there. Like, it doesn't really make you do that in Dark Souls 3. You go, you get an item, and then you have to bring that item to somewhere that's along the journey. So it doesn't take like Dark Souls 2 takes you off the journey a lot when Dark Souls 3 doesn't feel like it takes you off the journey too much.
Interesting. Okay.
That's how I feel, honestly. I never got too far into it because I didn't enjoy it compared to Dark Souls 1. And then I got Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 3 was phenomenal. I got Bloodborne too. I like Bloodborne. That also kept the hub,
Right.
but at the same time kept things moving like kind of fluidly, I guess. I mean, not not really, because there's still a lot of backtracking you gotta do, like going back to the hub and like doing all this stuff. I don't know. I never went too deep into it. I'm not done Bloodborne in the slightest. But
Uh huh.
it's still they still done it better than two, honestly.
Okay.
Maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about with Bloodborne, to be honest.
I mean, who fucking cares? It's your own experience, whatever.
Yeah, but two I
Speaking
just didn't like.
speaking of experiences, what is the most weirdest experience you've ever had?
Honestly, I don't think there's been like many weird experiences in my life. I
Uh,
mean, I haven't done too many weird things, honestly.
I think the the weirdest one that I can remember, and it's I was in first or second grade, I can't remember, and there was this kid in my class. Now, when I was that age, I didn't know what being slow was,
Yeah, yeah.
but this kid, he was slow. Thinking back on it, like some years later, I thought back on it, I was like, oh, he was slow. Okay, you know. And uh, mind you, first or second grade, I can't remember. And so, like, his mom also worked at the school, and she was like a teacher in my class.
Oh,
And okay, so we all go to the bathroom. We're in line, and I go in the bathroom, and he's just standing there with his pants down at the urinal peeing. And then he it's like as soon as I open the door and walk in, he turns around, and my young fragile mind, I look down, and all I see is just a bush. That's all I see.
Jesus.
And I was like, as soon as I saw that, I just walked immediately out of the bathroom. And his mom had to go in there and get him. And thinking back on it some years later, I was like, wait a minute. I was in first or second grade. And he had a fucking bush. How old was this kid? I was like, oh my fucking god. What? Like, what the
Jesus
hell was
Christ.
that? Like, I don't remember seeing no peen. All I remember is bush. Like, just a blackness, a void. Oh my god! Like that's one of the weirdest moments I've ever had.
I think one of the the more terrifying moments in my life really was it was completely my fault. What happened was basically we wouldn't say like first or second grade. I would have been in first class, which first no not first class. I would have been in either senior or junior infants, which was below first class. So I would have been about 5 or 6 years old. Okay,
Okay.
and basically we would all have to line up on our like schoolyard before we all went back into class. Okay, at our break time. And there was a kid in my class standing behind me, right? And he said something to me, and I kind of misheard it as him telling me to punch him.
Oh,
So I'm 5 or 6. I was 5. I remember I was 5 years old. I turned around and I fucking sucker punched this kid. He didn't see it coming,
oh
and
my.
he went to the fucking ground. Okay, so obviously I got in trouble for that, right? Now we weren't the only senior infants class in the school. There was two senior infants classes, okay?
Okay.
And the teacher from the second class takes me into her room and starts to interrogate me because I kept denying that I had punched him, even though everyone had seen it, right? So I kept denying it, and the teacher was like, "Okay, do you want me to go down to the principal's office and get the CCTV footage?" And then she would be like, and now I'm in front of her whole class, and I'm like scared as shit. So like, I was being basically embarrassed in front of a bunch of people that I never talked to because they were a whole different class, okay? And she walked down the hallway, and then I would scream like, "No, no, no, no! Don't get the footage! Don't get the footage!" And she'd come back and was like, "Then did you do it?" And I was like, "No." And then she like walked. I was like, "Don't go, don't go, don't go!" And then she come back and was like, "Did you do it?" I was like, "No, I didn't do it." Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
was probably one of the most terrifying slash embarrassing experiences in my life.
Oh my. I have like my school experience. Like this one teacher I had, I fucking hated her. So she was one of those. Like she actually referred to herself in third person, and like it. Oh, I hated it
Oh, that
so
can be a
much.
fucking annoying.
Like,
That can
like
be so
it
annoying.
wasn't like something she did every now and then. It was like, no, that's just the way she talked. She always referred to
Fucking hell.
herself in third person. It's like, oh my God. Okay, one day, um, I guess when she had because it was in was it? Yeah, eighth grade. Um, they split us up into four different sections, and
Yeah.
so when it was my turn for my section to have her class, we would go in there and whatever we would
When
switch.
we were in primary school, I should just say we had the same teacher all the time. So a teacher would have to put up with a full school year of just all of us. The
Oh,
one class, it was torture. But
okay.
now in while I'm in secondary school, we switch every 40 minutes to different classrooms and all that stuff. But go on, anyways. I just thought I should point that out. I
But
don't know why.
and I guess another class that she had before ours, like I guess apparently, you take your fucking book bags in the room, and you have them next to you when you sit down because duh. So I guess someone asked her for help, and so she was walking down the road, to go help the student, and apparently, I guess she tripped and fell or something. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she made up this rule after that happened: no backpacks in my classroom ever. And it's like,
What?
yeah, and she was like, yeah, you gotta leave them out in front of the door. You can't bring your book bags in my room. If you want anything, take everything you need out of your backpacks and then bring it in, and leave your backpacks outside. So we all thought this rule was dumb because you're the idiot that tripped. Fuck you. But anyway, I was like, all right. So I take my book bag in the room and I just put it on my desk and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna take all my stuff out and I'm just gonna put my backpack outside. All right. I did that. I just set my book back on the table. She was like, yeah, I said don't bring any book bags. And I said, oh yeah, I know. I'm just taking my stuff out and then I'm putting it back out in the hallway. And she was like, yeah, no, you can't do that. I said no book bags in here at all. And I said, okay, but I'm putting it out in the hallway when I get my stuff out. And she was like, yeah, I said no book bags. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm taking my stuff out and I'm putting it in the hallway. And she got pissed off at me. And then she kicked me out of class. And then, like, during lunchtime, I heard her talking to, what was he? I think he was the assistant principal. Or, no, dean of students. I don't know, some faggy name. And so she was talking to him. I couldn't hear her, but I could hear her, like, I could like see how she was gesturing and stuff. And apparently, I guess she made it seem like I was like yelling at her and stuff. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, this bitch, I fucking hate her so much. It's like I was calm the whole time. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just taking my stuff out and then I'm putting it in. It's like ever since she tripped, she just got like this phobia of book bags. And if like a book bag is in her room, she'll fucking have a heart attack or something. It's like, oh my fucking god, like get over yourself. Like, oh my god, I hated her so fucking much.
Here's a weird experience. I don't know why this wasn't like the first thing to come to my head or anything, but basically this happened like this like last summer passed, right? So
Uh-huh.
this was summer 2016, and I went away for a few days with my U project. Like I basically in my U project, you can like form your own group with your friends, and then you do a bunch of stuff. Like you do different projects and stuff, and after that you get awarded with something. So we had like worked endlessly for this trip. We got taken away. Like we have to work really hard to earn this, right? So we're about, yeah, I would have been six. I was 16. I'm still 16. We were all about 16, okay? And we get taken away to a different part of the country for a few days. It's like great, just the guys, a bit of a camping trip. Why not? We were staying in a cottage though, and basically there was this forest like surrounding the place. There was like this big. It was originally a mansion, then a school, and then it was like renovated into like a guest thing. Like people come and stay, a hostel essentially.
Right.
And then we were in the cottage that was right beside it, but the place was completely surrounded by a forest. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we were playing a game called Manhunt. It's basically hide and seek. It's
Oh,
weird. We
okay.
call it
Wait, what's
Manhunt.
the name of it?
Manhunt.
That sounds scary. What the fuck?
It trust me when you hear what happened. Trust me, it's gonna get a lot more scarier. Right. So basically, it was midnight. Okay. So it's pretty dark, right? We're wrapping up our final game. We just need to find two more guys in the forest, okay? And there's three paths from where the cottage is, because like all of us that were caught, we all had to work together to find the other two guys. So we met at the cottage, and we decided how we were going to split up. So there was three paths. One that led into the forest, one that led out of the forest, but you could still use it to go in. And then there was the middle path where all the cars, like it was basically a driveway where cars could come through.
Okay.
But it had a gate that led you into the forest.
Uh-huh.
So we all split off into those paths, and I was with my brother going down the middle path. But we weren't out of eye shot of each other. Like everyone had flashlights on, so like we were all within eye shot of each other. And I hear like two of my friends on the right side of me start to scream, like honestly just screaming, okay?
Okay.
And I look beside me and I see two lights, okay? But only one of them is moving away. So like I'm like, okay, maybe they just found the two guys we're looking for and they're chasing them now, because like once you're caught you have to run for it. If you get caught then like you have to join the other team. And basically, I thought like they were chasing them, so I like run back with my brother, and like the other two people on the left side of us run back, and then they come out completely alone, and we were like, "What happened?" And it's like we've just saw something in the woods, like a woman or something, and that's when I kind of realized that second light was not one of them, because I looked at it and I said to one of them, I was like. Did you both have your lights on, or was it just like one of you or something? And I was like, no, I only have my light on, and my other friend didn't have his light on. So then I realized, what the second light is what they had saw. I saw it too, and I kind of started to freak out. So we had to basically call the two guys on the phone and just tell them, get out of the forest. There's something in there.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
And as they're
What if
like,
they would have came
you are,
up missing?
they're like,
Holy shit!
you are gonna die if you stay in there. So like, do yourself a favor, go to the driveway and just come out now. And so after a few minutes, they come up the driveway, and the next night we're just all chilling in the cottage, and one of the guys who works around the grounds, uh, he decides to just tell us a bit about the history of the place. But before he did that, we were like, yeah, we saw something in the forest last night, and he's like, he looked at me, right. I was like, his like face kind of went a bit pale or something. So that's when I knew something was definitely up. He looked at me and was like, was it her? And I was like, yeah, because like as my two friends had described it, it was like a woman, right? I only saw like a glow, but basically, apparently, she's a spirit that haunts the forest around the area. And it may sound like bullshit and all, but this is what we were told, and we were told some other stories. Now, the guy who was telling us the story told us about his first encounter with this woman, and apparently he was like just like showing a group around like the place during the night, and that's when they saw her. Like they saw her just standing by a tree. Where exactly? Like he knew exactly where like my two friends had seen them, because that's where he had saw it the first time he encountered it. Okay, so basically, from his first encounter, he said basically they didn't realize it wasn't like it was a spiritual being, right? So they started like chuck rocks at her,
Oh my
and the
god!
rocks were like not phasing her at all, right? And after like a few minutes, she like just floats down the hill she's standing on, and like the group run, but the guy who was working there, he stayed. He just kept watching, and she went, sat down on a bench, right, and then like looked at him and just vanished, right? And we were told this story. Apparently, it's believed she was a maid who was murdered by the man who originally had owned the mansion. He was a British landlord, and apparently that wasn't the only spirit that was around the place. But like we had seen that one, and honestly, that would be one of the creepiest experiences of my life.
And this
And I
is
want to
real.
go.
You're not bullshitting. This is real.
I'm not bullshitting. No, I'm not bullshitting in the slightest. I kind of want to go back so I can like go directly on the path where they saw it and just kind of witness it for myself. But no, it's not bullshit. It actually happened. Yeah.
I would be scared, kind of. Like I would be curious. I would want to go back too, but like, wow, okay.
At the same time, you kind of don't want to do it.
Oh my god! Like I've never had any sort of paranormal experience like that. No, I remember one experience I had. I was my mom was at work. How old was I when this happened? I was probably about I want to say maybe I was 4, 5, maybe 6. I don't know, around
Mm.
that age. And my mom was at work, and my dad, he was off that day, and he went to walk to the store, and he left me home alone. And the store was up the street, and I didn't fucking care. I was sitting down watching fucking, I think I was watching Scooby Doo, and then I put in a Mulan fucking VHS.
Oh, I love Scooby Doo.
I mean, no, not Mulan. I put in fucking the Pocahontas VHS. I was like, I don't fucking care. I'm watching movies. And I don't know what the fuck this was, and I fucking remember this to this day. All of a sudden, no one else is in the house but me. And it's daytime. This is day. It's bright day. This isn't night or anything. It's bright ass day. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I started hearing noises and like moving and like just like some crashing noises. I was like, oh my fucking god! I was so scared. Like I hid under the covers, and the fucking bedroom door was open, and I was too scared to get up to close it. And like, it was probably the most horrific 10 minutes of my entire fucking life. I was like, I
Jesus
cannot wait
Christ.
for my dad to get back home. Like, as clear as day, all I kept hearing was just like these noises, like these banging noises and like walking noises and stuff. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! Like I was terrified. Like those noises never happened before. And it's not like they were coming from outside or anything. Like they were in the house. And I was like, it was like the scariest 10 minutes of my life. Like I was so fucking terrified.
Wow.
That was, I
Honestly,
wouldn't say it was I wouldn't say it was a paranormal one because I don't know what the hell it was, and I didn't see anything, and I didn't particularly hear anything that was like out of the ordinary, like as far as like voices or anything. I don't know
yeah.
what the hell it was. I just know it was one of the most scariest moments of my life.
Apparently, I've been like. Apparently, I have been appearing in front of my friends when I'm not actually there. All right. Here's a story, right?
Are they doing
Now,
drugs?
this was about yesterday or the day before, right?
Okay.
Where my friend had went to a shopping center on his own, like just looking to buy some stuff, and he had seen me and my other friend like walking around together, right? But I wasn't there, right?
Okay.
Like I was not there that day, and like he kind of went to go after us to go say hi, right?
Okay.
But we went around a corner, as he says, and then we were just gone. Like I wasn't there. Now another story which happened tonight. We were at a park. We were in the park that I usually hang around, and it was pitch black, right? So I decided, like, here's what I'm gonna do. I was talking to my friend. I was like, "Yeah, there, like, we're just behind everyone right now, and there's like this forest right beside us. It wasn't like a big forest. It was just like lots of trees and stuff. So I'm gonna slip on in there and like, after a few seconds, just say, "Wait, where's Sean gone?" Okay. So I slipped in, right? I'm gone, and then like I'm a bit far in, and I hear my friend say, "Wait, where's Sean gone?" And then they all come in looking for me. But my friend, my one of my friends starts like they go looking for me. Like one no, my friend starts looking ahead for me instead of going in, just in case I had gone ahead, like from like beside them without them realizing, right? So as he says, right,
Okay.
I appeared in front of him with my green bag, the clothes I was wearing, right, and I went up a hill just in front of him. So what happened was he went up the hill, right, after me, thinking it was me. When he got to the top, there was no one there. Apparently.
Were they
Apparently I was going up the hill, but there was no one there when he got to the top. And the thing is, there was no one else in the park at that time. Because
okay?
we know at that time the park is very empty.
Were
Because
they
the main gates and all closed.
were they like high or something? Or were they okay?
No, me and my friends, we don't do drugs, okay? I can say that now. But,
Okay.
like, my legs are shaking right now thinking about it because it's just creepy that, like, my friends have been seeing my face and seeing me around and I'm not actually there, you know?
Maybe it's someone else that just looks like you.
It's not because it keeps disappearing, you know? As they say.
That is kind of scary. Scary. Gee.
Alright, so we had a bit of a technical issue just now,
We
so
fucked up.
we did lose a bit of the recordings, but, you know, we did enjoy actually recording this podcast. So, you know what? For the first one, we don't think it went too bad. So, you know, I'm Rorschach, and you know, here's my co-host Handler. Thanks for anyone who's like tuning in. This is just a test run. Uh, Hopefully we make more of these. We're hoping to have more people on, and hopefully it'll get a bit more entertaining as it goes along. But I think tonight went pretty well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it went absolutely fantastic, and we're gonna get more people and all that, blah blah blah. And you know what? Don't judge this episode so harshly because we mostly me fucked up. Anyway, this is a test run, and we have fun. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
All right, bye.
See ya.